What's up, everybody? It's me, SRDV, and we're actually waiting a travel vlog update from the owner of this channel. He told me to create a stream, so I did one. Created a thumbnail. Some of you may get a chuckle out of it. Some of you are be confused what's going on. Some of you may wonder how the hell I got that photo. But that being said, I'm just waiting on Angle Team to show up. He's been, for those who don't know, he's been traveling from sunny, warm Florida up to around Indiana, where it's probably it's 35 here in Wisconsin, so it's probably roughly around the same temperature, maybe a little warmer because he's a little south. But I don't know. We'll find out though. Eventually, he should be popping up in here in a second if he can. But yeah, what are you guys up to on this new Comic Book Day Wednesday? I ended up going to my comic store yesterday, and just 1 second, I'll grab the books that I got. Show you off some trades while we're waiting. All right. So my store has actually been having half off on trades, which is actually nice. So I got some trades yesterday for pretty cheap. Didn't cost too much. What's up to Cartoons and Comic Studios? Saying good evening, guys. It's actually afternoon here, 2:45 for me at least, over on Central Time. Alrighty, yeah, I'll just start showing off some stuff, I guess, and curious to see if you guys got anything today as far as for Wednesday. What's up, Dave? Yeah, it's kind of awkward one by myself because I'm like, what do I say? What do I talk about? Let me get my phone set up so I can be one of the viewers on this stream. So now we have 3. Dude, Dave, I know Dave's got a channel. Does Dave, did you get anything this week at all? As far as comic books? Cartoons, I think you're like in Brazil or something like South America, but I imagine you probably are able to get some books, maybe. I'm not sure what your selection is for Marvel, DC, or how expensive it is. Eric Priest says, I already talked to him. Does that count as my penance for the day? Oh, talking to him. How did he get a hold of you? You must have his phone number. But Eric, you should jump in here. I sent the link. If you're not busy, you should jump in as we wait for the old man to show up. Tells me to create a stream, and he's just fashionably late. But anyway, all right, I'm just going to show off what I got as far as some trades. So I decided to pick this up. It's just half off. For those who are not familiar with this is the 1993 version. And this includes basically, well, you can see it has quite a few things in here. It says Iron Man 47. And then they have Iron Man 144, Iron Man 142, 143, 144, 152, 153, Iron Man 200, 218. And then they have some cool War Machine blueprints in the back. Let me get to them that they were working on. I thought that was really cool when I saw that in the back. And then, of course, here's the other one. The other part. Yeah, I thought that was really cool. That's one of the big selling features I got for this book. Not only is it old school Iron Man, but it also has like the schematics for the War Machine. I thought that's kind of cool for that. Yeah, got it. Yeah, got it for a pretty good deal. The only downside to this is that it's kind of beat up in the back. You can probably see it here. On the camera. There's a line right here. Goes right through his leg. So, but that pretty decent though. And I love getting these old school floppy trades. This has been reprinted though. Apparently, I think they did a hardbound edition probably in 2023 or not too long ago. But wanted to get it. So, all right. And then because, well, I blame the 4-color fossils for this. I've been getting into some other books. especially some 4-color comics. So I decided, I like collecting trades. These are kind of the 80s stuff, I imagine. That this is through Gemstone Publishing. And I got, a Marv Wolfman freaking DuckTales story in here. It was $15.99, but it was on half of that. So pretty good deal. Cool art. So I couldn't resist picking this up. Inside it has the Ice Demon, the Nemesis of Napa, Alabama. The fall of New Atlantis, shipwrecked down but not out in Duckburg. Which way did she go? All that glitters is not gom gold. So, yeah, loving this, man. I guess I'm gonna be reading these. I started reading in a couple. I was like, and I had to put it down because I was like, I got other stuff I got to read today too as well. So, of course, they had another one, Gold Odyssey, and man, I just love these. I grew up watching DuckTales, and just realizing that there actually was collected versions trades available, and I had to spend like an arm and a leg on them. Yeah, that's fun. See on the inside what this one collects. All right. DuckTales by Bob Langhans. Terror at the Top of the World. Then you have Moon of the Gold, with a once and future warlock, lost beyond the Milky Way, the doomed of Saras, Planet Blue, and Odyssey Ends. Yeah. But I love this art, man. I miss watching cartoons in the Saturday mornings, especially quality cartoons. Not this Teen Titans Go or whatever the hell they have on now. It's like CG crap or CGI. Then, because it was there, got a Power Man and Iron Fist. This is the Epic Collection. So get some nice Joe Duffy. This collects Power Man 48, 49, and Power Man Iron Fist 50 through 70. I'd say that's sweet. Couldn't resist.
I figured I'd keep you from talking to yourself until he gets here. Oh my gosh, look who's here.
Right? Clint's been here. But no, like, dude, that is a sweet book, though. I like this. Like I said, this collects all of them, Breen, pretty much.
Yeah, I see it. Do we know Clint?
Clint's is actually really cool. He's actually in the RPGs.
Okay, so I can do it.
If you want to, I do. It's on my channel. Run, Clint, run!
No,
Clint, I love you. Dude, look at this.
And that was the last time we ever saw Clint. This channel is weird.
Have you ever seen this? The Chronicles?
Yeah, I've got I think the first 10 Batmans and the first 10 Supermans or something like that. Yeah. And I know they did Flash, Green Lantern, I think Wonder Woman also.
Yeah, so it's Green Lantern, volume 1 for $15, softcover trade.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I said, this is really cool. Showcase 22 through 24 and Green Lantern 1 through 3. I saw that. I was like, dude, we just read these, These are cool. And like I said, it's got that newsprint paper still.
Yep.
Oh, is it worth it? And it's freaking light, dude. So if you have problems lifting up books, like this thing is heavy because it's all the freaking plastic paper in there.
Oh, you mean like this?
Yeah.
you like hold it for a story. If you're in the beginning of it, it's like if you're in the LeBron James portion of the book, the very beginning.
Yeah.
It can get heavy on the other hand.
Hey, Mastodon Comics and Music. What's up, bro? Wow. Normally he doesn't show up on these channels. He shows up on the other ones. Eric, they're following you. You're a natural born leader.
Yeah.
It's probably because we're during the day and afternoon. People are like, I'm awake now. But man, like I said, I love this stuff. Like these stories are awesome. And apparently Jeremy Adams said they retconned Tom's wife's name. It used to be
No,
Turga.
Yeah,
Now it's Tigra.
no, it was Turga.
And apparently late, like Wikipedia and all stuff, yeah, because he showed another.
It might have just been a typo.
Might have been, yeah, but I love this. Like I said, I got Showcase 22, and I didn't have to pay up my ass.
Hey, when I didn't have to when I got it, but that was a lot of years ago. I'll never have it again, but
and then because I saw these there,
that's cool. I think that does that have the
it's through Dynamite.
Red Sonja? But is that the Marvel series from '77?
This is the Roy Thomas one.
Well, they weren't all Roy. That's
this collects The Blood of the Unicron by Roy Thomas. These must be these are all the Roy Thomas collection.
Good.
So Claire Noto, Flank Thorn, then there's a Demon the Maze, and then there's the Games of Gita or Geta.
Wow, you weren't kidding. Hey, Meyer.
Yeah, I told you they're all popping up on here. I kind of want to send the link so they can just start showing off books. I don't know if they all can or not, but I mean, I don't care, mine. Invite them on if they want to jump on. Let me know in the chat if you guys want to jump on. We'll get this going. But the only downside of this is that Dynamite did the glossy paper. Wouldn't it be cool if it was newsprint? But the fact that I got volume 2, I mean, I couldn't just get 1. I had to get volume 3 as well.
Nice.
Did not have volume 1 though.
Yeah, are there any Frank Thorne interior art in the second one? Because I saw he did the covers. Him.
Oh, art and color.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
That's probably the most clothes he ever drew on a woman.
All right. Probably.
Because if you're familiar with Frank's other work, he is he would have been perfect for Penthouse Comics.
Oh my gosh. And then they actually would be Penthouse Comics. Not whatever the heck they are today.
Well, I was thinking more along the lines of the mid-90s when I don't know what kind of world are we in when you can have woke Penthouse Comics.
Yeah, it's like having Playboy without the nudity.
Yeah.
That's literally what it is. It's called Penthouse, but wait, this is not Penthouse. Yeah, I know. But then again, I'm kind of glad today if the nudity magazines go away from nudity, because how do you know if it's a woman you're looking at?
Clint said drop him a link.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do it through Discord. Because I don't want to do it in like I could drop it in there.
Well, if you put it in for public consumption, Jackson Roykirk might see it.
You know what?
And then where would we be?
I'll just drop it in there. I don't care at this point. It's not much, and all will be fine.
Well, yeah, if the guest of honor can't show up for his own party, I mean,
yeah. Whoever wants to jump on, yeah, we're doing this old school. If you want to jump on and talk with us, go ahead. Just know if it's your first time being on here, we will screen you and we'll make sure that you don't show us any bad things first. Next stage. Yeah, where is that guy? I don't know, but Mastodon, you should jump on, bro.
Yeah, right now, Mastodon, I'm taking the win.
That he's not here.
He's probably hanging out in front of Comic Mag Musing's house.
So I'm gonna ask, what do you guys think of the thumbnail? Because I'm like, at this point, he already told everybody he's going to Indiana. You know, I just doxed where he is currently now, if he still is there. And like I said, I wanted to go to my comic store. I probably will be going until my brother gets home around 5:30. He wants to go to the Tires Plus, closes at 6. So I'll get he'll get his car, and then I'll get my car back, and then I'll go to my shop, and then I'll have 2 hours to read the 7 books I haven't get a chance to read yet. But thumbnail got me in here. Yeah, so basically I just took the map, and I had him send me a picture of the dashboard, and I just took. I'm like, what can I find the most ridiculous photo he has? I know because I remember you're trying to like, well, Wes does that where he points to the thing. There was one where he does what's in the box, but it looked weird because it had some of the green on its lenses.
Well, if I remember correctly, it worked for his first video. He got 4 figures on it.
Yeah. Yep. And then YouTube took its cut.
But then if he wanted all his videos to be successful, he could title them all "My Last Video" and see how long it takes people to catch on that he keeps making more last videos.
Well, my final goodbye, and he does exactly for 40 minutes. He cuts it off.
Yeah, more final tours than the Who.
Right. What's up, Meyer? Yeah, I just want you guys to jump on if you can. It'd be awesome. Talk because I'm just kind of just spitballing right here.
Meyer could be watching from his surfboard for all we know.
Can't formally. Oh, here he is.
Hey, here's my rug and muffin ass. How you doing?
Put the cats on so we have entertainment.
It's all on the other side of my house.
For those who didn't watch the RPG last night, his cat had kittens, so he basically had the camera on the kittens, and we full screened that the whole entire time we're doing the RPG. And I gotta say that it actually worked out better. But holy crap, I didn't realize you were a mountain man.
Yeah. I even got I have to braid it or ponytail it just to keep it all together.
Where's your pipe in your long johns?
That's all my bedroom.
So
yeah, we're talking libraries. So I'm like,
well, of course, I'm in my room. I don't have a shelf of books. Mine are upstairs.
Shelves of books. Now, my nephew is living in my library, so if I flip this around, it's an absolute disaster. But
as long as he's still alive.
Sure.
Keep going, though. Well, he was living in my...
I mean, the status of his breathing isn't of anyone's concern. Don't ask questions.
I can't be involved in any crimes. I'm in Wisconsin. Did you know the suspect was, that had killed the person? Even if I did, I'm all the way in 3 states over. What am I going to do?
Hey,
stop! Don't do it. Hey, Jim Sorensen. But yeah, you got all those archives. Are those the hardcover or soft cover ones?
Oh, these are all the DC showcases. They're all soft cover.
Yeah.
The phone books. I got quite a few of them from Ollie's. Back when Ollie's was first getting comics, and just kind of slowly pieced them all together. And for comic book collectors, these things are here from the Dollar Tree. I absolutely recommend grabbing these things. These things are wonderful if you got moisture issues.
Breen's got a phone call. That's probably our sponsors pulling the plug.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Matthew? What's up, man? We're just kind of waiting on Angleton to show up and give us an update. Let me check my messages, see if he said anything. He was supposed to... The whole thing is he wanted somebody to create the live stream because he can't from his phone. So I created for him. I sent him the link and everything. And don't know what's going on. Maybe he's just hanging out with Gail. Maybe Gail's got him, doing stuff. I don't know. As far as driving. Well, I don't know. He said he's going to have the dashboard on. At least, I don't know. But anyway. You got all the essential stuff. Plus some epics there, too. Dude, Moon Knight, awesome. Fantastic Four.
Silver Surfer, X Factor. I've got some Doctor Strange, Daredevil, Captain Marvel. The good Captain Marvel.
Now, do you just collect the trades, or do you get the floppies too as well?
There you go. I have some floppies. Yeah, I've got most of those are underneath my bed. Hanging out with
too much hair.
Sorry. No, I know it's an issue.
Mastodon Marania is actually probably sleeping right now, or just waking up.
Yeah,
her computer says normally she does go to bed. She's been trying to, but Marania, sometimes she leaves her computer on. So we'll be there in our Twitter group, and I'll message like, "Who's seen this, Marania?" I'm like, "There's no way she's seen this. She's probably conked out." But dude, like, what else you got there? The little you get this. I hate the little freaking soft covered trades that are like this real thin ones. Like also Spider-Man did that. So you have like 1,000, and that makes me. I don't have bad eyes yet, but I imagine when I get older, I'm like gonna squint to see what the hell it is. You know, on the spine of the book. That's why I like those essentials, and even the Epic collections. The only problem is that the font always changes when you get to the third or fourth and ninth one. They said like, oh, so now the title's down there instead of being up here in line. Summer flush, but when anyone's just showing to see the extras, I don't know about that, but what's up, MK? Yeah. Like I said, like I'm curious and looking at the showcases. Like, you know, I almost want the normally I don't read stuff in black and white, but I did remember reading the Spider-Man books in the essentials. I have a bunch in the black and white, and I was reading the Amazing Spider-Man that way. And we got a Peter Parker Spectacular, and then I got Spider-Man, not Spider-Man, but Punisher, because I wanted to try out Punisher. Yeah. Never finished it, but it was so cool because like the reason I was really into it because like, oh, this is like reading like the Sunday paper or the Saturday papers, and you know, you get the Spider-Man comic book, and it's in black and white.
Yeah.
So I didn't mind it as much. And like I said, the weirdest part for me is when you read something in black and white and then you go to read in color. It's just like, wow, that pops more. or it just feels wrong. It's like, I'm used to in black and white. It should be a black and white. It's like when you. That's why I probably say the same people that were watching like the Honeymooners in black and white, and then we switch the color or something, you know, or Leave It Be, or whatever the show was, and then it goes in the color, and it's like it just doesn't feel the same, you know. But yeah,
I got Jerry Conway's signature right there from this essential. I was able to catch him at a convention and stop by, signed it for free, and I was a member of a Facebook group, and I got him to do a commercial for me, and it was pretty cool. He did it all for free, which is rather amazing.
I was gonna say, in the past couple of years, he was pretty easy to catch.
Yeah,
he doesn't move that much. Game trailer going around with Black Panther and Captain America. What?
Oh, have you seen that yet?
For what game?
It's Marvel. What was it called? Like Marvel 1945: Rise of Hydra. It's
Black Panther shouldn't be in there unless it's be his dad.
Yeah, it is. It's like his dad or his grandfather. His grandfather's running around in Germany while Captain America's there, and they're trying to find a third super soldier.
See, what they should do is get rid of Black Panther. No one gives a shit about that character, and put Wolverine in there. Wolverine yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's what they should have done. I just heard about there's a Black Panther game coming out from and the company's called Validate, and it's an all black comic book developer company who's doing it. It's led by this black woman, and they're like, we needed to make a safe space for black people. Not to say that white people are dangerous or anything, but it was like, no, it's kind of what you're saying.
Yeah. Well, there he is, the star of the show. Let's wait for the devices to connect.
Oh,
yeah. There he is. He's
loading
the circle right now. Loading screen. Loading.
Board down here too.
There he is. Look at that young hipster in his.
Hello, neighbor.
Howdy. I am on what I think is a highway, but it's like a 2-lane road that's traveling through a residential area. Literally, it's called a highway.
Sounds about right.
You know, it makes sense the way your intro, because if you saw the thumbnail, it says, "Where the hell am I?"
I did not see any thumbnail. I'm doing this. I don't want to die, so I'm not really paying attention to what's on the screen here.
Oh, but yeah, as far as the thumbnail, I took a picture of like where you were, and I put your what's in the box thing, one of your older photos, cropped it in there with the dashboard. It says, "We made it. Now where the hell am I?"
That's very accurate. That's exactly how I'm feeling right now. I know I'm in Indiana. I'm heading towards Muncie. I've got like 10 or 15 miles to the next turn, 20 miles, something like that. So I figured, okay, now's a good time. Because otherwise it was like, okay, turn left on 9th Street, now right on 8th Street. I'm going 2 blocks every freaking turn. Anyway,
Eric,
Does anybody else feel underdressed all of a sudden?
Eric, I want to know what high school team did he rob that sports jacket from?
it's not a sports jacket. It's just a Walmart $5. My wife got it for $5 at the Walmart.
Yeah, that's good. Wreck the car while you're trying to take the jacket off.
I don't wait. Isn't this a scene out of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles?
Yes.
Shit.
Okay. Look, now it's
Hold on just a moment, guys. This may be a very interesting show. Okay, there we go. All righty. One arm's done.
You let go of the steering wheel.
How many layers do you have on there?
I've got a t-shirt, I've got a long sleeve shirt and a jacket. By the way, this long sleeve shirt was bought in an emergency because Georgia was 38 degrees.
I know, because you have no idea who the hell that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's some guy named Naruto, I think it is. Naruto.
Something like that.
Has an N in it.
That's the closest.
Nadia. Okay, hold on. I need to see if Gail's back there.
I'm being asked to ask you how cross-country adventure has been and how the drivers in the United States have been outside of Florida.
Now, Venkman, I have a question real quick. I said, how long is the appropriate distance to drive before you decide to check to see if your wife is in the car?
No, she's driving the truck, and sometimes she falls behind a bit.
That's better than falling asleep.
Yeah. Oh, actually, we had to stop yesterday. Who's here? Hey, MK. What's up, Jim? We had to stop yesterday because I actually fell asleep and traveled 3 lanes across before I woke up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a good time to fall. Go.
Were you headed towards the Kentucky exit? No. Brian keeps getting phone calls. That's the second one so far. But yeah, I showed up some trades. Clint is joining us from the RPG, was showing off some books, and now he's showing off his cats, which are Rose. Yeah.
Well, I don't have much to offer as far as new books are concerned because moving.
I was gonna say, well, you never have much to offer.
Well, that's true. Yeah, new books suck, by the way. But yeah, this is, I don't know if it's gonna fall or not, but that's where I am. So the last earlier it looked prettier, not so much. Woo! It is actually hot now. Oh, and there you go. This is with me. There we go. Did I say twiddles?
Yeah, I think it's twids. It's hard because you're roboting a little bit.
Oh, but yeah, well, I wouldn't doubt it. I'm on the phone on StreamYard. We know from Dalton that it doesn't always act right. But, what you going to do?
Did you see the explosion behind him?
Say again?
Did you see the explosion behind him?
No, not yet. Gail is behind me finally. But it is interesting because there's a lot of stuff I just do not see in Florida. I mean, granted, we've got plains. I mean, this is a farm area, but it isn't filled with corn. Ours would be orange trees and shit like that, but
corn stalks, yeah, you see them on the wall, and then just the fields. And like I said, it's no marsh. How much?
I went past one factory that looked like it could be in a first-person shooter. That was pretty freaking awesome. And sometimes I just want to stop and go look. Like, I know that Jeepers Creepers lives there, so let's go stop there, that kind of thing.
Southern Illinois, and you finally get past Chicago and go really back to Southern Illinois, that is pretty much Murderland. It's just rows and rows of corn. That's all it is for miles.
Yep. You can make some people disappear easily. So, we don't talk about that up here.
Who do we have on the panel? I see Eric, and I see you. Who's the other?
Clint is from the RPG.
Yep.
Oh, okay. You mentioned that. I was just too busy taking off a jacket to really pay attention. Yeah, there you go. Okay.
That's
Yeah, you're good. Sorry, my daughter decided to squeeze in on the cat, so I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna.
I thought those are some smart kittens.
Is that what I was looking at yesterday?
Yes.
And the
On the
RPG was cats.
RPG, I go on and all I see are cats.
See, in less than 10 hours, you had 34 views. Those cats, man, kittens, people love them, man.
All right.
Well, do a side by side between the old man and kittens. What are you going to watch?
Yeah, or Dalton.
That's true.
Dalton and kittens. Who wants Dalton or kittens? Which one? You're going to get kittens every single time.
Oh, I kind of figured instead of having just one photo up there for the longest time, let's put the kittens out there. People at least will tune in for the
I
kittens.
feel like you listen to Dalton long enough, you want to have kittens. But...
It was fun because I was watching the kittens and I felt the same way. He just drank and then he passed out. That's how I felt last night. With no sleep. But how are the drivers been on the road?
It's been okay. There have been a couple of times where I white knuckled it like Cincinnati. As we were leaving Cincinnati, some kid drove by, made sure that he shot right in front of me, gave me the bird, and then drove off. Like, all right.
Was you shooting a gun?
That's the welcome wagon.
Yep.
Yeah, the welcome wagon. Yeah. I was thinking, well, I'm gonna floor it, and I don't give a fuck. I know I got my wife behind me, and that's all I care about. So have a good day, guy. You took your time out for nothing. This is freaky. While I'm driving on these side of the road, or driving past these side of the road cemeteries.
Yes, got off here too.
That just makes me think that a long time ago there was a wagon train that said, fuck it, and just right there.
Well, if you run off the road, it eliminates a step.
That is there you go.
You're at your new home.
Yeah, I've always said that too. It's like we have a lot of cemeteries here in Wisconsin too, and you get on the rural part, and I feel like they ran out of room because there's so many freaking cemeteries, so they just tore them up and moved them.
Yeah,
people got to die, Chuck. Why can't they die for us?
I know, right?
Isn't Mears night shift just infinitely quotable? That is just an awesome freaking.
It isn't that.
Okay, okay. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, still here.
I'm checking my GPS. I just want to know. So,
if we lose you, we'll let you know.
Right. Well, yeah, I've got 17 miles until the next turn.
What has your diet been for the past couple days?
Well, I now absolutely hate Cracker Barrel. We had to stop there twice. It's been a lot of fried food, snacks, and Cracker Barrel. We just stopped at a Mexican restaurant. At least that was good. But otherwise, yeah. Say again?
I was going to say, it's good. It's been probably at least, 30 or 40 minutes you haven't pooped yourself.
That's true, yes.
Well, that we know of.
Yeah, or that I know of, right.
Well,
I mean, if he's got the pens on, he's not
stopping. You know than we know, but
I mean, we don't know. He could be just driving through and not getting hit any rest stops.
Yeah, I'm not wearing Depends, so that's good. Hold on. Give you guys something better to look at. This is what I'm driving through.
Yeah.
Y'all see it?
Yeah, that's basically what it is that during winter, those are snowmobile trails.
Yeah, I was telling Darren, you know what's kind of funny is there's a whole bunch of people living around here that aren't wowed by it. You know, like we're like, oh, wow, look at that. And
yeah,
it's the same way if you guys came out and you looked at the beach and there you go. Okay.
You know, I'd say it's either freaking damp and cold. It's 60 degrees because it's all damp on the ocean.
Yeah.
Or I'd say it's like it's too much sand.
Well, at least on the, the plus side where you're going now, if you step in something, your shoe's just going to smell. Your leg isn't going to get numb.
Yeah. that is true.
Right.
Cow pies are a thing here.
Yes. I said smell worse, but
yeah, that's weird. We saw. I haven't seen a dead. I saw a dead deer on the road. I haven't seen that since Texas.
I was gonna say, watch out for deer. There's a lot of deer crossings, especially early in the morning.
We saw deer.
Yeah,
we saw daytime deer. You do not see that in Florida.
Yeah, every once in a while we'll get those here. But usually they're usually in the morning or dusk. That's when they're most active, or at nighttime if they're traveling through woods areas. So it's just, I mean, if you're not used to it, you're not used to seeing them, just be alert. Yeah. Boy. So, what are you drinking there? Got some sarsaparilla there?
Well, yeah, that's the best thing to get out of Cracker Barrel or the artisanal sodas. It's maple root beer.
Oh, you got some of. Oh yeah, there you go. That's Sprecher.
What?
Sprecher.
Oh, is that a thing up north?
Yeah, up here. Yeah, Wisconsin. Yeah. It's
cool.
It's made in Wisconsin.
Wow, it's actually good. This is my favorite root beer to get from. I get it from the Cracker Barrel. Every time I go.
Yeah, they sell them at the.
How much does it cost in Michigan? Wisconsin. Yeah, how much does it cost in Wisconsin?
Well, it's a bottle, so probably $2.
It's $5 in Florida. I way overpaid for this.
Well, yeah, Florida, they charge you more because it's such a nicer area, right?
Right. Pizza snacks. Wow, there's some decent small towns here. Yeah, I told Gail, let's just stop. Yeah, go on ahead. I'm sorry.
No, MK saying that the reason you probably don't see a lot of deer during the day in Florida because the gators eat all of them.
That is true. Yeah, gators versus deer. That's not a fair fight. No.
He says they have deer in New York City, but believe it or not, but mostly they swarm over from Jersey. That's where they came from, New Jersey, 15 years ago. Apparently, they swam over.
You know what? I'm thinking me and Gail should just stop and pick a house. Every house here, oh shit, has enough land in the back of it to hide the bodies.
Was there another cemetery you went by?
It was about to be. I was about to run into the car here. I'm eyeballing stuff too much.
Well, Batesville Casket Company is based in Indiana, so they need some place to go with all the caskets. So might as well keep them in house.
I was gonna say, doesn't Wilkesboro have a lot of coffins there too? With all the violence.
I don't know, but I'm going to get back to work, kids. So I'm going to jump off. So I will see you tonight at 9, right, Bank?
Yeah, 9 p.m. Eastern.
If you don't crash that car, see you at 9. Clint, good.
Have a good one. Hey, good to see you again.
Yep.
Later.
Gators are Burmese pythons.
Oh, that's actually a thing in Florida now.
I feel like you'd be strangled. I feel like you'd probably be strangled to death by a Burmese python, and then a gator would eat both of you.
No, at the very least, and I'm not saying I fought gator or anything, but I do know how to take one down.
Oh, so I was talking to Marani because you sent all the gator jerky to me. So
yeah,
I didn't realize you were sending it all to me. So I gotta send her some. So I'll probably what I'm gonna do is I found a website online that has a bunch. It actually has real gator stuff.
You wouldn't let me do that for you.
Because you said you knew a place, and then I realized
I do. There's a lot of roadsides in Florida.
Yeah,
I'm not seeing gator jerky up here.
So the one you sent me or sent me all that stuff is like, this is not even gator. It's like 90% beef jerky.
I don't know. I just saw this. It wasn't even the right side of the road guy, because the guy I usually go to had like just buckets and such, and it wasn't prepackaged and all that.
Yeah.
So I apologize if it wasn't what you were looking for.
That's okay. I tried it. The Cajun one though, it might be a little spicy, but I was looking online. They have at this one website, and I was like, I'm gonna order through Amazon. It's at the Marani. It has a sampler bucket, so you get elk, you get ostrich, you get kangaroo.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, and then you can order as much as you want. As far as they have one that's actually pure gator, but somebody wrote in and said it's really swampy. It's like it probably don't taste like well. It's just like catfish tastes horrible by itself. Ugh.
Yeah, catfish needs to be fried, or
Well, that's how I feel about when it comes to like probably gator. Gator's probably the same thing, or snake.
It is a bit mealy, but it's all right. It's good. I don't mind it in
Nice.
gator bites. It's almost like a fish nugget. That's pretty good. Here,
What's
hold
up,
on,
Greg?
boys. Hold on.
Clint,
Hold on again.
I like your hat. You get the lunchbox that goes with it.
No.
He's got a G.I. Joe hat, trucker hat. I was wondering. I was asking him if he had the lunchbox that goes with it, the thermos. Yeah, they are selling those again now. Apparently, one store has a bunch of Godzillas.
Yep, I got a Godzilla lunchbox. I do have one of those.
I have the Live or Let Die, which is through
Godzilla, he's so hot right now.
-1. No.
Hot -1.
Have you seen it yet?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love that movie.
I was kind of irritated because the fact, I mean, sorry, spoilers. I'm just gonna say real quickly. Spoiler there. He's freaking Wolverine. He regenerates. It's such bullshit.
Yeah, I had that too, but that's such a small thing compared to how awesome it is.
And beginning when he's on the I want him to eat people, not just throw him around like a dog.
Where'd you go? No. Come here.
Did you take him out of the cage?
He found his way into the rabbit cage. I've got the pets in the car with me.
Yeah.
And Twiddles found his way into the rabbit cage.
You mean?
But when he goes into the rabbit cage, he can't get out of the rabbit cage.
So pistachio, you mean?
Did I say Twiddles again? God dang it!
I don't know. Okay, you need me to add you in, or do you have permission still? Okay.
There he goes.
No,
I'm watching E trying to fool around with his birds or pets back there and just almost crash. It's been interesting.
Please tell me he's not driving.
He is actively driving. Yes.
I am driving.
Oh dear God!
If he's
It's
not
not like
driving,
it's an icy road, Jay.
okay. If he's not driving on that side, he must be in Japan.
Or England, yeah.
There we go.
I would just say that normally most of these streams are, like the person's in the passenger side, so they can concentrate on the camera, not the road.
Well, we've passed a few cemeteries already, so he's already home.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm Floridian. We do a lot of stuff. Driving is actually that gets in the way of being in the car a lot of times. This whole steering wheel thing, who needs it?
We're literally
I'm trying to get Twids not to go in the rabbit cage.
Well,
I did it again. God damn, I'm trying to get Pistachio not in the rabbit cage.
It's because Twids is so easy to say. Pistachio is just a weird name.
It is. I might as well just name them Twiddles too.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
You know
for some
what?
reason-
Twiddles is called Twiddles 2.0. You improved.
yeah.
Yeah.
What's
So
improved about him? This.
Yeah.
So,
So
okay.
what's the topic du jour?
Well, no. Did you see the thumbnail?
No, I just hopped on. I didn't even see it.
Go check out the thumbnail. That was
The thumbnail is basically, will I actually die in this trip? And judging by you guys' action and reaction, the answer is yes. And the bird is in the cage again.
Of course.
The bird is in the rabbit cage. That rabbit will kill you.
It may not be you dying, but it's the people on the road around you.
Yeah.
like I said, I had no idea what to do with the thumbnail, so I was like,
No.
send me a picture of your car. I'm parked. I don't care. I'm gonna crop it out. And I put the map
Yeah.
and everything, and then I use it's literally it's literally this. You can see me. You can see me at all?
Yeah, I pulled it up now. I just saw it. So yeah. So have you figured out whereabouts in Indiana you are right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I am right now traveling on US 35 for 7.7 miles.
Yeah. I
7
remember,
miles to go.
those.
There is nowhere to pull over and save my bird from being eaten by a rabbit.
No, probably not. But I guarantee you'll probably pass a small little restaurant that either has the words iron or skillet or hometown in it somewhere.
Oh, we've done that. Yep. It's very rural here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Especially, I mean, southern Indiana up to central Indiana is very, very rural.
Yeah.
It's great for paintballing.
And right now, I'm just trying to get it so it's not focused on my crotch. There you go. Okay.
Well, you're frozen anyway. We can't.
I was gonna say, yeah, you're frozen at the moment, so.
On your
Get the
crotch.
best face frozen too, mouth agape, and just.
You know what? Somebody should. I'm probably gonna screenshot this later so I can use it as another thumbnail.
You never freeze up looking like Clark Gable or something. It's always, yeah, you look bad.
Yeah, and you look very stylish in your Naruto sweatshirt.
Yeah, I know. He has some because he's.
Yo, this ensemble came with a wool hat that Elizabeth's wearing for $3. Yeah,
I remember I went to like a old train show. They had in Southern Illinois, and they had a Walmart there, and the Walmart had a liquidation sale because it was going out of business. They're closing it,
well,
and everything was like $3. Like you said, I was like,
I mean, I'll tell you that if you bought that at a con, it would probably be $35.
Yeah,
that's true.
It's
yeah,
quality.
He had a Sprecher root beer bottle, and he's like, "This is $5 in Florida." I'm like, "That's much by me, $2."
Oh, that is so funny. You mentioned that root beer because I went up to the big city today. Went to the Costco up in Little Rock.
Yeah,
and they had that root beer in a case. It was like, God, what did they want? $25 for it or something?
Yeah, they're originally in bottles, shipped, and then now the new thing is now they have the tall boy cans.
Yeah. Okay.
They're not alcohol. I mean, we had a restaurant here for a while, and you could get alcohol served. Beer. It was great, but yeah, it's here. It's made in Kenosha, so I mean, I was shocked it was in Florida. They went that far out because usually it's limited from Midwest. It doesn't go that far.
Yeah, well, the Costco in Little Rock has it by the case.
Nice.
So. I was tempted to pick it up, and I'm like, $25.
I don't like the flavor anymore. When I grew up when I was a teenager, it tasted way better. So I don't know what the difference is if they change it or just me. I'm just dying. My taste buds are the same.
It depends. I mean, I think the side of the case said something about it having like honey.
Yeah. Now they have honey in them.
That's going to make it a little bit of a sweeter root beer. So I mean, for those of you out there. I've always considered A&W as being more of a creamy root beer, and Bart's being, the reason why they've always said it's the root beer with bite is because it has a clear bite to it. So it probably falls somewhere in that.
So since we have aliens in here, let's talk about Superman getting a petty with Wonder Woman.
Wait, what?
And then Tom Taylor's new Wonder Woman book. Superman gets a pedicure.
Credit where credit's due. It's Tom King, not Tom Taylor. I mean, they
are.
Well,
at this point, Tom King Taylor. I don't.
Yeah.
They give Superman a pedicure.
Basically, Wonder Woman's getting a pedicure, a mani and a pedi. And then, so basically, he gets a pedicure with her.
How?
Okay, so the basis of the book is. Wonder Woman and Superman go to this super duper intergalactic mall that has literally a million shops in it. And page 4 has the worst Douglas Adams impersonation. I read that and I'm like, oh God, Tom King read, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and thought he could be clever like Douglas Adams, and he fails miserably. And it just goes bad from there. It is a filler worthless issue. I feel terrible for the fill-in artist, who is Guillaume March, who is an internationally renowned artist who has done some fantastic independent stuff on his own, and to get saddled with this dreck, I feel terrible for him. Hopefully, basically it was like a lifelong dream for him to like draw Superman or something. Otherwise, I mean, just god awful on DC. Let's see. Diana and Superman, because they're in a mall, eat and drink no less than 4 separate times in the book.
What?
Are you still convinced it's Mariko Tamaki that does that, or is it just a DC thing?
No. Diana and Clark drink or eat no less than 4 separate times in the book. There are multiple Earth, aka Starbucks jokes in the book. The only action scene has Superman getting weakened by some bad guy buying kryptonite at a stone mineral store, and Wonder Woman having to save the day.
My question is Superman, could he choke on something and die?
If he was under the influence of kryptonite, it seems like it, but otherwise, I'm not sure.
I'm
curious. But the whole plot of the book is Superman and Clark are getting together, or Clark and Diana are getting together to try and buy Bruce a birthday present.
This is what happened.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly, seriously, now I want to go. Obviously, we could go yada yada, blah blah blah, woke. What happened? At what point? Like, Tom Brevoort, I know he's Marvel. Just go with me. Even, what is his name? The Asian guy that used to draw.
Jim Lee, the missing man. Yeah. The thing is, this goes beyond. It goes beyond woke. I mean, honestly, it's not really woke. It's just
stupid,
awful, stupid. It's a stupid filler issue.
Insipid.
You know what it is? It's worse than Teen Titans Go.
Can a fan die of embarrassment from reading a comic? Is there a way we can sue for that?
Yeah, I mean, I compare it to if you want a comparison. What Tom King, or King, since he's low T or no T, attempted to do was the Chris Claremont breather issue between arcs of X-Men.
Yeah.
The difference being is that the whole filler situation wasn't the point of the book when you read the Claremont book. It was a setting. They would be going to the mall, but they would still be doing something, and it would still be advancing the plot from point A to point B. Definitely. The only thing that advances the Sovereign plot is basically, 2 pages or 3 pages of Clark asking Diana, and Diana basically brushing him off.
Yeah.
And that was it. Otherwise, it was King, whether this is delighting in a fetish or him wanting to write a joke book. I mean, they go to the 5D theater, and Clark says, "Oh, well, the only thing I know about the 5th dimension is," and then shocker, Mxyzptlk shows up on the screen, and it's a Superman Batman movie with Mxyzptlk playing both, and then he goes, "Oh, hey, look who's in the audience! Oh, it's Clark, and blah blah blah. You expect me to do this and this and this," and of course he says his name backwards, and it's done. And Superman did basically nothing to cause it to happen. It's just insipidly stupid.
Yep.
But it's going to appeal to a small and increasingly smaller segment of the audience.
According to Leah Comic Geeks, you got 87 out of 110 people liked it.
So right there, I guess that's your audience for Comics Geeks.
But their views are I'm looking at right now. It says 2.5 stars. A lot of them. So one guy says, "Holy shit, this was great! It's a fun one-off adventure, and I love it. It's fun, lighthearted with lots of character. The art is fabulous. I always love me some Gilliam March, but the story, God, I love seeing the friendship of Superman and Wonder Woman. It's fun. All I can say of that is it feels good, like a fresh change of pace from a lot of the DC, even if it is a lighter run. 5 stars."
If they chase away the audience, to the point where the only people reading are the people who like this. They could say 85% of their audience loves this, or 100%.
Yeah.
Not 100% of comic book readers, but 100% of the people still buying that fucking book.
Yeah, they're
It's
just
just the way
selling
the
a
people
thousand
who
copies.
actually.
Holy crap! I can actually illustrate. You know what that review sounds like? It sounds like this.
Yes, the soy boy
bro.
open mouth, the soy boy open mouth smile.
With a switch. It has to be with the switch too, man.
Yeah.
5 out of 5. Oh my god, it's so great. Ah.
I'm trying to find the other fighters.
And I bet the same guy that wrote that probably creamed his pants over the Acolyte trailer.
I don't know, man. But here's
I haven't
another
seen
one.
it.
Oh,
Here's
it's
yeah.
complete garbage. But you know what? To put it to get this video back on a positive side, I've only seen the first episode because I had to leave today, so I haven't watched the second one yet. I liked the first episode of X-Men '97.
I'm gonna review it later
What?
on tonight.
Hey, you want to see an actual reaction to a guy who's never seen a wind farm before? Wow. Wind farm.
Now,
You
Majesty
saw
entered a
a
tornado.
windmill, huh?
That's right.
Say
here,
again?
too.
I said you saw a windmill, huh?
I saw a wind farm. I've seen a windmill before. This is actually something that's trying to take wind and generate it into electricity. It looks as stupid as yeah.
Yeah, so it's
But in
you
The
know,
Walking
basically
Dead,
like
it's
10 or
necessary.
20 or 30 giant windmills.
But you
Yeah.
saw that. You saw that in the new Michonne Rick Grimes thing that they're using the wind farm. That's how they get their energy.
Yeah. Yeah. My whole thought was, wow, who's gas powering these wind engines?
Yep.
Yeah, there's some on this side too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But yeah, I mean, I really liked the episode. There's a couple of voice characters. It's going to take me time to get used to.
Gambit's gonna be the most for me because I read that he's not. It's not the original voice actor is there, but he's voicing Cable.
Yeah, well, we haven't, Cable doesn't show up in the first episode yet. Jean's voice, I really miss the ethereal, breathy, Jean Grey. It's much more straightforward.
It's still the same actor though, as I recall. Though it's still.
Oh, is it? Okay, well, she lost the ethereal quality.
It's Lucy Hale or whatever her name is, but she's voiced the character before, at least twice before though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not
Okay.
Ashton though. Ashton was the
Oh.
OG voice, and she
then
was way better.
Well,
Who's in the chat?
in the chat right now is MK. He's been in there. James, want to ask you a question. Brace yourself. So 10 months ago, you did a video, Tristan, newsstand versus organized chaos. In that video, you said that an old lady couldn't get medicine during the Black Lives Matter protests. However, I tried to look it up and I can't find it. Can you explain to me where I find it while you're driving?
Yeah, absolutely. What it wasn't old lady can't get medicine. What it was an interview with an older black lady who was basically crying because she was crying. She wasn't basically crying. She was crying because they burned down a lot of the businesses.
Yep.
One of them was the CVS, the drugstore she got her medicine from. And that's something that the Black Lives Matter group never took into consideration when they're in, of course, what's it called? The Nazi group.
Oh, Antifa?
What?
Antifa. Yeah, them or Antifa never took into account that these people who live in those neighborhoods actually need those stores in those neighborhoods. So I was bringing it up. There was this black woman on TV crying because she's too old to jump in a car and travel, 15 or 20 miles down the road. She would take a walk, and that would be her daily exercise to get her medicine, to get her groceries, to get her food.
Yep.
But that's what I was talking about. It was an actual interview.
I kind of figured that's what you're talking about, the whole Minneapolis burning down and stuff. Yeah, that was the thing.
Yep.
Big riot over there, or the George Floyd thing.
Yeah, I don't think that was a miscalculation on their part. I think that was a very deliberate thing.
Yeah,
honestly.
Well,
I would never assume ignorance on the behalf of those people when they're doing evil.
Anarchy. They don't. The whole point is not caring about anybody but yourself.
It's creating the most amount of chaos and damage.
Yes.
And so you destroy a pharmacy, you can kill even more people with it.
Yep.
So
like I said, well, Chief, and the thing is that people are taking into account. Like, real quickly, okay, I'll let you go. When that CVS burned down, this isn't the only other lady who had getting her prescriptions there. There could be a lot of people. I mean, it's like, to me, it's like burning down a hospital. You're screwing over everybody who might be going there for cancer treatment patients or just daily medications they need, maintenance of drugs, and now they can't get it, or get the treatment they need. It's like I said, it's called being a thug.
Yeah, well, I mean, just very simple. I mean, again, it's the classic tales of all of these riots where, they wind up burning down businesses, making it impossible for businesses to succeed in those areas. And of course, the activist groups put absolutely no money into rebuilding these areas. So it's a terrible situation all the way around, and nobody gets called out for it. But I mean, I'll just quickly say too. I mean, overall, there wasn't really anything that that negatively bothered me. Certainly with the first episode, it fit right into, say, like a season 1, season 2, old X-Men animated show episode. I thought the art looked fantastic. There's a couple moments where the animation gets a little choppy, but otherwise, it's good. It's definitely not season 5 level bad animation. I really appreciated the fact that, to me at least, they nailed the dark, I'll say, inking or highlights. I mean, if you watch, the first, season of X-Men, you know that style, and it has that heavy style, which I really like. The story itself is good. There's action. Everybody gets a chance to shine. Scott shows his mettle, as a leader. There's a couple of cringe lines, but as I mentioned in the chat, the thing I realized is it's not the lines so much, because the lines fit, again, perfectly back with what we saw, back in the 90s in terms of, but it's how they get interpreted now. And of course, knowing from interviews from Bo DeMaio talking about how, he wanted to put his experience as a gay black man, into the story or whatever, that this is what they mean. But again, once again, we've always talked about the X-Men's not about any particular group. It's about outsiders. Yeah. It's about everybody feeling like being an outsider and, and finding a common group of people, to, share with, or to make a family with. So again, the activists, of course, are going to run with it, say it's an allegory, a metaphor for blah, blah, blah. And, you just have to filter them out, ignore it, and just watch it, for what it is. But it's great to see the Sentinels back. We get, I don't think Val Cooper ever showed up in the original series.
Val Cooper sounds like a new character to me, because I don't remember that either.
Val Cooper's been around since the 90s.
Yeah,
no, I meant on the cartoon series.
As a government figure and stuff. And there was one moment there where I chuckled because she looked and sounded a bit like Grace Randolph to me.
Yeah.
So, made me laugh.
Did she have the voice?
Yeah, but I mean, just as the setup, we get introduced. Jean's pregnant with Scott's child. Yeah. So it's that storyline. Xavier, Professor Xavier's gone because we saw at the end of season 5. He went off with Leandra. Although here he's basically been declared dead.
Yeah.
And they basically act like that. And at times I'm like, you guys realize you sent him off with Leandra, right? He's
but dead. That was a bit of a storyline. Although it was Charles and Phoenix that stayed back, and the rest of the X-Men were out in space, presumed dead.
Yeah.
That was during the Claremont, not Byrne, dude before him.
Like I said, Claremont and then Fabio Naceza or Byrne.
Was that Byrne? I don't think that was Byrne. I think it was
You're
Cochran.
not talking about when they died in Dallas.
No. I'm talking about way in the beginning of the new X-Men run. Right after, like in the low hundreds, maybe.
Oh.
Yeah. But
the cover has like the Professor and Phoenix, and then like maybe the Beast is in the background or something like that. I'm trying to remember it, but you know my memory.
Yeah. So I mean, overall, I would probably give it a 7.5 to 8 out of 10. I would knock it basically again for some of the voice acting, but you know that's just because I'm an old school fan and I have a certain thing of, hey, these are how the voices should sound. But I mean, at the same time, I was really happy to hear Rogue's original voice actress, and it sounds she is playing up the Southern Rogue just the way you want in the X-Men '97 cartoon.
I saw the clip between Storm and Jean. I saw that the release yesterday, and I actually it seemed normal. It seemed like the original content.
Storm's voice is good too. Sounds like the original, and I think it might be the original voice actress. I don't know.
It looks like it looks like from what you've been telling me, other people I've been seeing online giving you good reviews. It's just like, man, they shouldn't have fired the guy. No wonder they fired him because he gave us a good series.
Well, I mean that's the interesting thing. Honestly, I'm kind of shocked and surprised that we haven't seen some news article drop today about why he was fired, because that's usually part and parcel with Disney or the Hollywood press.
Pretty sure it was his OnlyFans account. There was there was news that just came out that he was doing some weird stuff on his OnlyFans, and they probably preemptively fired him over it. So rather than take the heat,
usually, like I said, usually the Disney cartoons I don't have a problem with. I can't. The only one I thought that was kind of seemed really woke was the Moon Girl Devil Dinosaur one, which was really weird. Yeah. Hitman, a monkey they did, which was on Hulu only for one season, was phenomenal. But like the other ones, like you get the Hulk Age of Smash, Avengers Assemble, Earth Mightiest Heroes, all the Spider-Mans have been on there. Have all been fun.
Yeah. So I'll watch episode 2 tonight. The first 2 episodes dropped today.
Yeah.
You know what it really reminds me of is I've been watching a lot of clips.
It's going to be sorry, Jim. No, it's going to be Jean's pregnant with Cable. The storyline is going to be just like the comic book. Oh, we lost E. Where Jean basically has Nathan. He gets stolen away. Sent to the far-flung future. Grows up and then comes back, and we get adult Cable. That's what you're going to get.
Yes, voiced by Josh Brolin. Be awesome.
I forget.
It's gonna be Gambit. It's a Gambit voice actor. That's what all it is.
Oh, okay, yeah. And Bishop was fine too. Bishop is somebody that wasn't in the original series.
My only thing is that I'm
actually
a few episodes.
A few episodes. He wasn't in. So like today or yesterday, got everything kind of running together. I watched the last 2 episodes from season 5. Oh, it was yesterday, just to kind of refresh my memory a little bit. And as I said, I mean, holy God, the animation in those last 2 episodes of season 5 is so bad.
Budget cuts, and I remember watching. I was just like, why does Gambit look horrendous? Rogue looks somewhat decent still, but I mean, it was just like, this looks really bad.
Yeah.
Not only the plots.
It is bad. There's
the story plots.
So many shots where there's no detail in the art.
It was the story plots failed too. There was really low budget. Even the story started to flounder towards the end of the series. But I mean, like I said, I haven't watched either one of them. I'm gonna review them later on tonight after I do the best of the week. Zach's gonna join me. LK, you're welcome to join me if you get the second episode done. It's gonna be a spoiler review. So if you haven't seen it, watch a review after you watch it.
It depends how late you're doing it tonight, because of course tonight's day 2 of the NCAA tournament, so I'll be watching a couple basketball.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be like 9:30 or 10 Eastern.
Okay,
Central.
I might be able to make it in there. So,
But
Good stuff.
97 to me, what it looks like they took a lot of inspiration from is the Capcom Children of the Atom, Marvel versus Capcom, like the bold lines, the motions, the actions, like Cyclops is zipping around the floor using his optic beams to kind of jet.
I can't hear you guys. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you.
We just heard you now.
We can't hear him now because he's.
We just doxed your location. I don't know if you can hear us, but we gave away your personal address and phone number and credit card information.
Let me pull up his banking information right here. Just one quick second.
Yeah.
You gotta say Purple Monkey if you don't want us to give out the rest. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
3, 2, 1. All right, go ahead. Roll with that PIN number on the back of his card.
Yeah. So
1, 2, 3 is the PIN number.
Yeah. So I mean, if E could hear us right now, I would tell him that JSA number 9 is worth a read.
Okay.
It's a very interesting book. It's a little rough in spots. It's got an interesting. I didn't call it twist. Call it kind of a reveal.
To me, is this like the way it's been delayed?
Yeah.
The issue was all right. The twist at the end was okay.
Yeah. I mean, the delays have killed the momentum for the book, and the fact that Jeff Johns is going away.
There's rumors that they
all the stuff he's setting up is not going to get resolved. This is classic Chris Claremont cliffhangers and plot threads that will never see the light of day.
The rumor is that it's not even going to get the full 12. They're just going to stop at 11.
Oh joy, even better.
Yeah, but because I mean I personally I don't see number 12 up there on the thing on the Comics, but they have 11 up there. But when it comes to the JSA book, it's kind of like it's kind of underwhelming, kind of like how his other one was before this. Another event he did with it was a mini event he did with Josh Williamson. I forget what it's called, but it was basically Flashpoint Beyond. It was very underwhelming. The best one to come out of this whole entire thing was Stargirl and the Lost Children.
Yeah. And honestly, too, I mean, the problem is that the only person currently working with DC that I would trust to do a JSA book would be Jeremy Adams.
Yep. And I don't see them doing that, letting him have it. I see them just shoving the characters again.
Yeah. Which honestly, with who DC has been hiring, I am perfectly fine with.
Right.
I would rather see Courtney and Judy. Even though I'm old and it means chances are I may not see him again. I would much rather see them take a short break and not get ruined or handled by any of these maniacs and lunatics that DC editors continue to hire.
I agree. He's not staring at you. He's actually staring at Clint.
Yeah, I'm staring at him longingly in his eyes. We're about to be neighbors, so it's all right.
Oh, fun.
Oh, really? You're in Indiana?
No, in Ohio, but he's he's not that far from me. He's not that far.
It's one state over, It's
I mean, there's like a turnpike drive, and I'm there in like 20 minutes.
Yeah, he's pretty much. I got Illinois between us. It's a state buffer.
Yeah,
you got to go through crime if you want to get to me.
Okay, so he's going to be down in the southeastern part of Indiana then.
Well, I think he said he's going to Muncie. I looked about that. That's the central southern.
Okay.
Not too far away from Cincinnati. Probably about an 8-hour drive.
Yeah.
Hey, now we can hear him.
Yep. Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you driving over bumps.
Is that a pothole or a kid?
Yeah, so Clint, since I see your tag there, the Valiant Comic Podcast, so you're a huge Valiant fan, huh?
Yes.
Oh, awesome. So what is your favorite Valiant book?
Okay, are we talking old or new?
Oh, of course. We're talking old. For me personally, I'm talking Valiant up to the Acclaim era.
God, that's picking a favorite child here. So
I figured.
I really enjoyed Hardcore. I really enjoyed that one, along with Harbinger. XO probably was between XO and Ninjak are the easiest reads, hands down. Like I got the omnibus in my bedroom.
They're probably the most popular.
Could just sit down and read from cover to cover. Same with the Ninjak. I just, you know, during the pandemic, I bought that. I just sat down, read it from cover to cover in a day. It was so easy.
Cool.
Yeah, those are absolutely my top 4.
I'm still waiting for you and Jay to do the Valiant podcast together.
Jay had some stuff come up, and then I had some stuff come up. Though the reason, because I can't do a whole lot of talking because I had some surgery. Done, and so no, I had a huge cluster of moles all through here. So because it's, you know, it started off with maybe like about the size of a thumbnail right here, and then over the last 14 years, it just started to grow and spread. So they had to cut a huge portion of my neck out, and they're I'm getting it tested for cancer right now. So there's I got a lot of like scar tissue that's kind of like pressing on my throat, so it's hard to do.
Did they use the skin?
Talks.
So did they replace that skin they took from your ass cheek?
I wish. Oh my God, no! They just stitched it all together. So I got this.
Sorry, I'm not laughing at you, Clint. I'm laughing at Dave Asanowitz.
The mole man.
The mole man. The mole man.
That's so wrong, and yet it's so right.
Mole. I was watching Wayne's World 2. It's like, we'll make sure to cross the T's and dot the lowercase J's, because the guy had a glass eye. Gonna try to get the documents to put on the concert.
No, I would have to agree with you. Thinking about that timeline, definitely Hardcore. If it wasn't my favorite, was probably in my top 2.
Hardcore guys.
It was especially an era. I love that kind of book of here's some people in a tough situation. They get an opportunity.
I can't hear you.
We can hear you though.
To get powers. It's that same vein as La Femme Nikita. Strike Force Mortuary, all those types of books. And they did not pull punches in that book. Characters died.
Yeah, it was brutal. I mean, book 1, one of their guys gets captured by Toyo Harada, and in the process he dies, and his Toyo is trying to he's examining him, his head just I was like, yes, this is awesome. And Armorines was another one too that was really good. Speaking of not pulling punches, for a book that was published in the 90s, it was very critical of the Clinton administration. So I thought that was really unique because at the ending arc is they go to Cuba, and there's the whole Cuban conflict. It was just after the Ileana Gonzalez thing that happened, and so them being critical of the Clinton administration was a genuine surprise. I mean, growing up in the 90s, everybody kissed his butt. Everybody was a sycophant. I know, kiddo. Gross. Bill Clinton. Anyway, it was. I thought that was pretty bold for a time back then too. So,
Well, there's another issue that's really still sticks with me, and it's a little bit later in the run, where basically there's a guy in a coma, and they wake him up. He's going to become a new member of the team. He has trouble adjusting, trouble fitting in. He's a bit of a troublemaker, and then he goes on a mission, and they basically don't like the way he acted, and at the end of the story, they stick him back in the coma. And I was like, oh wow, this is paraphrase hardcore. I mean, this they weren't playing around.
No, they weren't.
I mean, I'll say a modern kind of interpretation that had similar vibes. If you ever read, I think it was Brubaker, Sleeper.
Mm-mm. No, I haven't read that.
Yeah, it's a really good. There's 2 volumes. It crosses over. I think it is in the Wildstorm universe, if I remember right. Basically, kind of a guy who's an operative, goes deep undercover to infiltrate an organization, and just kind of goes from there. Has some similar vibes to it that I really enjoyed a lot. But yeah, I love that. I was also a huge Rye fan too.
Rye is amazing. Yeah, I'll tell you. So in the earlier episodes, me and another gentleman, we were reading Magnus, and God, it was the book was, to me, it was dry. To him, it's like a full course meal going back for him to reread it. But the book didn't get really good for me until Rye showed up, and then they lift Japan up into the sky as the giant dragon mech to take on the Vine, and I'm like, this is what I came for, and like all the backup stories that came with it was just, mwah, it was amazing. I loved it, man.
No,
absolutely. I'm just gonna remove my.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, it's just us
well,
now.
Yeah, there we go. Well, if you ever do an episode, we'd have to do one. Kevin Van Hook, the most underrated comic book writer.
Agreed. Oh my gosh, dude.
Hey,
absolute unsung hero.
I can't hear you. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
we can hear.
So you heard me singing and doing the whole bullshit. Okay.
We saw your balls too.
All right. I'm afraid to hit end. I'm trying to find stop because I'm gonna get out and do the. I've been awake. I was doing around the place. All right. I am a little bit embarrassed, but not much because you guys heard me sing. Let's see, settings, stream. I cannot get.
Pretty Mary, Sunshine.
I can't get the sound to work.
It's all right.
Audio. What's going on with the audio?
You need one of those lawnmower manscapers.
Is working. Everything seems to be working. I just can't hear you guys.
Balls are really hairy there, man. They're fuzzy.
There he goes. So. Yeah, I say he's one of the unsung heroes of comics of the '90s. I mean, Kevin Van Hook was basically the Jerry Conway of Valiant. As far as I'm concerned, because he wrote issues, I think, in almost most of the titles, especially after Jim Shooter left. He always just told solid stories. But once kind of Valiant, kind of, I want to say crashed and burned, but definitely, then got bought by Acclaim. He kind of just left the business completely.
Well, I mean, like he tanked. He was tanking everything over there at Valiant. What caused them to crash was Acclaim, because Acclaim wanted their own influences in the comic.
Yeah.
So, and then
I've got a soft spot for Trinity Angels. I mean, that was a dumb fun book.
I want to know, can you hear us yet?
He stopped staring at me. Now I can read the comments. I'm here.
Yeah. Can you hear us?
Dumbass.
I can hear you finally. Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know what was going on. I couldn't hear you guys.
All right, we got to stop talking about Englentine here.
I figured I was frozen still. And
no, we can hear you. But I wonder if you could see us. I was going to start leaving you a message on some board.
Right. That'd have been funny. I do have to get out, but I don't want to. I don't want to stop the whole thing because we're about to go do business.
You can just leave the studio.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to how to leave without canceling everything. So, anyway, if it works, y'all have a good time. I'll jump on when I can.
I can kick you out too.
On the road.
Yeah, kick me out.
All right.
Oh, there we go.
Well, yeah, still good.
I kind of kicked him.
He's in the backstage.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can kick him though. Like kick
him.
Yeah. Because there he goes. He just disconnected himself. Yeah, we're still alive. Hey, it worked.
Quantum and Woody was another one too. that came out after the Acclaim acquisition. That was really good. That was probably the only Acclaim book that I really enjoyed.
Yeah, and I enjoyed the original Psylords too. That was different. Because that was kind of first off, it was kind of futuristic hardcore.
Yeah,
it came from that.
I have no idea. You lost me. Like, I know Ninjak, I know X-Men more, and then you went into talking to sports. It's like golf. It's like what? Language? I can't understand this.
Well,
we're
giving you a bunch of titles that you need to catch up on, Venkman.
I know. Actually, there's a lot of X-Men award trades have been sold in my shops because people thought with the new Valiant that they're like, oh, we cover it, and then people option for movies. There's a lot of tons of X-Men books that were at the shop today.
Yeah,
that he ended up people turned in. It's just funny because there's so many books that are coming in the trades now. So he's like, I have too many, so now they're all half off. I'm like, yes. So I was grabbing all the books I can for like half the price.
Hell yeah!
I mean, if I get a book that's normally $15 for half of that, that's awesome.
Yeah. And I wanted to say hi to whoever has the youngin in the background.
Well, that's Clint.
That's my daughter.
Cool.
I hope it's not me.
Yeah, she's got I bought her a balaclava, but it's a bunny hood, so it's got little bunny ears, and then when she pulls up the mask, it's got a bunny mouth.
Oh, okay.
You
said clava, and I was like, he's going Yiddish again.
Yeah, got her little balaclava. Yeah, because I got myself an army green one. I don't know where it went, but
hey, Denny's is actually better than Cracker Barrel.
Oh, them's fighting words. I'm sorry,
but instead of going Denny's, I'd rather go Texas Roadhouse. I love that. I don't even
Texas Roadhouse. Bob Evans.
Texas Roadhouse is a lot more expensive.
You have Bob Evans restaurants?
Yeah, we got Bob Evans.
Fuck no! I wish I because I only like get from Bob Evans is at the grocery store, and that's at the mashed potatoes and all that stuff. The restaurant food.
Yeah, dude, Bob Evans slaps so good.
Yeah.
it's way better than Cracker Barrel.
I remember back in the day when I think they were affiliated with Bob Evans. Po' Boys.
Po' Boys?
Yeah, so it was a restaurant. I think it was how they expanded the Bob Evans chain out to the West Coast.
Okay.
They renamed it Po' Boys. PO-BOI or BOI.
Yeah, he goes Po' Boys. Who dat Po' Boys? I think Louisiana cooking.
Yeah, and because I remember too, like at the register had the wash basin of sodas sitting in ice that you could grab one, and had different southern dishes and stuff. And it was good until one time I got violently sick after eating.
Apparently there's a Po' Boys here in Wisconsin too.
Screw that.
But it's out of Milwaukee, so I'm not going to say about that.
I mean,
I thought Bob Evans was discount Dunkin'. No. Bob Evans is a diner. So
Bob Evans is pretty much the rival to Jimmy Dean's.
Yeah.
Hey, good afternoon, Marania. If you want to, you can jump on, Marania.
Yeah.
I think I know who I think I know who he's talking about for the Dunkin' Donuts one. That was they do donut sticks in grocery stores. I can't
that was Dunkin'. What are you talking about?
Well, what are you oh god, now you're making me blank. I can even see the green. I can even see the green and the red. And,
yes, that's what I was thinking of. Oh god, what is it?
Hormel?
Come on, chat, help us out. What's the other big national donut chain?
Oh, donuts. Krispy Kreme?
Yes.
Is it Krispy? Maybe.
Well, there's Krispy Kreme, and then of course there's the famous one up in Canada that I'm blanking on.
Oh, Tim Hortons.
Yeah, Tim Hortons. That might be what
Jim's
thinking of. So, but yeah,
that sounds weird though.
Yeah, so far though, I haven't read any Marvel books yet this week. I see one of the Banes of My Existence came out this week, so
yeah, you missed Eric. Eric bowed out, and then LK jumped in. And then E jumped out, jumped back in. He's he's playing Four Corners. Oh man!
So
yeah, we have a local bakery up here too. I think it might be Brownsbury. It's a bakery. But yeah. Oh man.
Yeah. So I mean, excuse me. I mean, between that, I mean, the other, big, pop culture stuff. I thought there was another trailer that dropped yesterday or today.
There was the Black Panther Captain America America video game. That was one that dropped. I just caught that one on Twitter.
Yeah, I haven't seen the whole thing from it. I've seen some comments. Apparently, this is not the Black Panther game that one developer who's affiliated with Sweet Baby, worked on or was working on, and said wouldn't hire any white people for it. Amy Hennig, who's done some, helped some great games in the past, is involved with this project. So, cautiously optimistic with it. We'll wait and see what actually comes out. It's not coming out till next year.
Apparently, Beetlejuice revealed their first images of Keaton as Beetlejuice again.
Oh, joy.
And he looks exactly the same because he looks like he's dead.
No, well, that's good. At least they didn't screw that. At least they didn't screw that part up.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm on the Nerdist because I really go on the Nerdist, but I'm like, I'm having on the Nerdist in like 4 or 5 years. So I'm like, I'm looking for sites to go onto that's on CBR or Bleed Cool or Bleed Full, and yeah.
I mean, I know definitely. So definitely get ready for a bunch of woke gamer nonsense coming out this week, the rest of this week and into the weekend, because GDC is going on in San Francisco.
Yep.
And so the hive mind will be getting together there to try and crush all dissent. I wouldn't be surprised if you see, is it Tim Sweeney?
Oh my gosh!
Of himself.
Apparently, rumors going on today. Hear about this? Aaron Taylor Johnson reportedly cast as the next James Bond.
Who?
Aaron Taylor Johnson, Kick-Ass.
Oh,
is that confirmed? Because I know he said he wanted it.
Rumors so far, reportedly going to cast. I think other things are coming to theaters. Apparently, we didn't know all the Spider-Man movies are starting in April. I think it is, or May. They're going to have all 8 Spider-Man films are going to be released in theaters. But also, in addition to that, Star Wars: The Phantom Menace is going to be going back to theaters.
Are all the Spider-Man movies then leading up to Kraven?
I guess. I mean, is it still in the theater, the Madam Web?
And I'm sorry, I have to say this, okay? I'm not sure if you're aware, but yes, if you want to watch Madam Web at home legally, you can right now.
Yeah,
you can go to Amazon Prime or some other services and pay $19.99 to rent it. I will say this now. Anybody who spends $20 to rent Madam Web is either has some way to monetize it to get their money back, or is a complete idiot.
So also, Alien Romulus trailer dropped too.
I was just about to say that. I just saw that. Yeah, it looks cool.
Which trailer is this?
Alien Romulus.
Oh, okay. Is this the new Ridley Scott?
Isn't it supposed to be the new Disney one? Actually, Disney was supposed to be apparently doing a reboot or something like that of Aliens or something. Their own next movie.
Yeah, I gotta highlight Morania's.
The real Quicksilver? Nah, he's not the real Quicksilver. Yeah. Sorry, the one.
He's not the type for it.
So,
our pleadings for Henry Cavill, I think, are gonna go unheard.
The X-Men Quicksilver is better than Aaron Taylor Johnson. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, the movie right now that I cannot wait to see is, what is it? Is it The Unseemly Gentleman? It's the Guy Ritchie, Jerry Bruckheimer movie. When I just saw the latest trailer, I was like, oh, there's 2 great guys that put together to make a movie. And when I saw that again, so thanks to the Roku channel, I've been on a real kick of watching old 1970s NBC mystery movie shows. And so I've watched a ton of Banachek
Damn you,
month plus. Which
damn
was,
you, damn you, Stranger Things! Because they did the Neverending Story, now they're bringing it back with the whole new movies.
Oh man.
Yeah, and so for those who don't know, Banachek was this great short movie series starring George Peppard as a Boston area private investigator for insurance claims. He just exuded cool for the 1970s. Just the personality just explodes off the screen with him, and always had these really cool, intricate plots. And as I was watching it, going, I'm surprised that nobody has attempted to remake this with the remake Mania in Hollywood. And then I started thinking, well, okay, you've got to have somebody that exudes cool, that would just just every time he was on the screen, you would just be riveted. And
wait, is it my turn?
And finally, I came up with it. Cast Henry Cavill as Banachek, and you would have something. Of course, the hard part is coming up with the really cool mystery for him to solve.
Bantha baby checks?
It would be awesome.
What about Bantha checks?
Banachek, you Philistine.
Banthas.
Venkman, you would like it. Check it out the next time. Roku channel. It's the Universal. It's usually on the Universal Crime channel, not the Universal Action channel.
I don't use Roku channel. I don't use Roku's.
I'm trying to think. Universal channel. It might be on Tubi as well.
Okay.
But yeah, so probably in the rotation, it's probably once a month or so, because it'll rotate with McMillan and Wife and Columbo, and McLeod and one or two others, I think.
Cloud.
Yeah. But what's kind of interesting was I was thinking about the old NBC mystery movies and realized that there are four main ones. So Banachek, Columbo, McMillan and Wife, and McLeod. And each of them is set in a different city. Banachek is based in Boston. Columbo is Los Angeles. McMillan and Wife is San Francisco. And McLeod was New York City.
Wait, so is this the old school CSI? That's how you like it? Different cities. It's the same story.
No. I'm going to say no, but it is a classic kind of police procedural show. I'd say more in line with like a Castle.
I didn't watch Castle
with that. So
yeah, I'm waiting for more Bosch Legacy.
Yeah. See, it's funny. I was thinking the last week or two of possibly starting up doing some review shows of the golden age of syndication, because there were so many enjoyable, great, goofy 90s era genre syndicated shows. From the ones that everybody knows, like Hercules and Xena, to stuff like Out of This World, My Secret Identity.
I was gonna say, I was waiting for you to bring it up, and like that's your favorite.
Weird Science, the werewolf show, the teen werewolf show.
Oh yeah, Big Wolf on Campus.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, and even some smaller ones, and doing like a one episode like review of each one or whatever. Because I look back on it, the 90s was such just a golden age of television in that sense of people trying different things. And with Cindy,
the last of the 80s. It was the last of the 80s creativity, and then it's kind of
well between that, because you still had network television still dominated. You had Fox come on, you had and then the latter mid to the latter part of the 90s you had both the WB and UPN, which became CW, as well as you had the multiple syndicated channels, and you had the cable revolution going on at the same time. So you had all these different channels and locations for shows, and everybody had stuff. I mean, Babylon 5, Star Trek Next Generation, those were all syndicated shows that you saw on usually Saturday night or or in the day on your syndicated channel.
Yeah.
And then you have the lower stuff, like Andromeda.
Andromeda, you had Relic Hunter, you had all those.
Farscape was there.
From Nikita.
There was the other Gene Roddenberry show that I'm blanking on now. You had
25.
No, that was different. That was going to classify in the goofy side where you had Jack of Spades and Cleopatra 2525.
I mean, you had Farscape towards the end of that. You had the Outer Limits was still going.
It's Earth Final Conflict. I think
Alien Nation.
You also had a syndicated War of the Worlds that was interesting for a season or two.
As far as you could also do that the 90s cartoons. The reason they kind of went away is because live actions. They figured live was much better for teen dramas.
Yeah.
Because look, Saved by the Bell is the reason why NBC went away from doing cartoons on Saturday mornings.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Well, and it's also part of it too is much cheaper to produce.
Yeah.
For that, but yeah, I mean, you start counting it off, and there were so many interesting, some great, some not so great, but still interesting in their own way.
One could do a top 10. One could probably do a top 10 of the 90s. Or a top 10 of 90, 91, 92, 93.
Yeah. Well, I don't know necessarily if there'd be enough each year for a top 10. I mean,
that's the only bad thing.
Hercules would be in the top 5, probably for 5 or 6 or 7 of those years. I think.
I would say what probably shows that people most have forgotten about, and the number one show people probably forgotten about sci-fi shows was The First Wave. It's a Canadian show that was on Sci-Fi about this guy named Cade Foster trying to stop the alien invasion using the Book of Nostradamus.
Oh, okay. I think I do vaguely remember that one.
His wife was taken over. The conscience was put inside his wife's body, and then she tried to murder him, and he defended himself, and then he's wanted for her murder now because the aliens are basically taking over key figures in the government. Yeah. Gee, it sounds like today.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I would say the forgotten show, and part of it's forgotten because it's so difficult to track down. I still don't think it's streaming anywhere. Space Above and Beyond.
YouTube is where you only can find it.
Which one? Oh, First Wave.
First Wave. Yep.
Yeah. Well, Space Above and Beyond is a similar thing, and I fell in love with that show. It was, Battlestar Galactica before the relaunch of Battlestar Galactica.
I've noticed that a lot of the shows over the years I've come to enjoy were all Canadian productions.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, there again, that was also a golden age of Canadian production stuff too. I mean, in the 90s, you had Forever Night, which is going to bring back memories for a lot of people who stayed up late, stayed up late watching CBS.
Jim remembers the First Wave. I see. Like I said, I always wonder everybody knows all the popular ones, but First Wave is always the one that gets forgotten. But it's just like there's Special Unit 21 or whatever it was that was on UPN.
On UPN, oh yeah, that was a little bit like Kolchak.
Two cops basically taking down and dealing with it's basically like the Men in Black, but they're dealing with missing links and stuff, the creatures and stuff.
Yeah, well, I would say it was probably Kolchak, mixed with Men in Black, because it was a special division of the Chicago Police Department that was to handle weird and strange occurrences.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was so much good, goofy, fun genre stuff.
I would say for me personally,
up to the end of the 90s,
late 90s, early 2000s. From 90 to 2001, you had Farscape that was on for 4 seasons. But on that, you also had UPN had a bunch of shows too. Like I said, you had The Invisible Man was another one.
Oh yeah, no, I watched Invisible Man a ton.
Jack of all trades, the Bruce Campbell stories. Mention the Briscoe County.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was on Fox. So again, Fox had this era too where they had some really interesting, intriguing science fiction genre type shows. They had, of course, no idea how to market them outside of the X-Files and Millennium. Those were basically Sliders. Sliders always struggled. It's amazing that it got 4 seasons.
The thing is though that Sliders, even though it struggled, John Rhys Davies being on there really helped it.
Oh yeah. No. So I will still contend first season of Sliders overall by far is the best. The second season is still good, and then the show went downhill when they moved production from what was it? Was it first from like San Francisco to Los Angeles, and then I think after season 4 they moved it to Canada somewhere.
Well, when you replace the actual cast members with other people,
I mean that kind of coincided with it too. I mean, yeah, it really even though I love Kari War from Days of Remote Control, when Wade left, that really killed the heart of the show.
When Jason left too.
Well, and two, when the whole show switched from just the interesting idea of them sliding from one dimension to another, and what twist of fate or change in history that created a different society are they going to occur, that then it solely became focused on this battle against this alien group that was trying to change history or whatever.
It was
really just to me just kind of completely fell apart.
Well, that's for me that they're chasing through the wormholes. And
so you missed all the fun and kind of the whimsy. I mean, part of the fun was seeing what creative version of Earth, and especially of San Francisco, because that was where the first season was set. They were going to wind up in. I mean, they had some real doozies, in terms of, the one episode where it was still basically the Wild West never ended.
The Nazis won the war. There's a bunch of them.
The Soviets won.
Or the Soviets, or one of the two. I remember, like
Professor Arturo was a high-ranking party member. I just honestly made total sense.
All I remember of that show is that he finally made it home, but he didn't realize it.
Oh yeah, because of the gate. Yeah, because of the gate squeaking. Yeah, that was heartbreaking too. I remember. Again, to show my age, of course, I remember watching that live. Going, but yeah, that first season, Sliders, I'll put up, against anything like Doctor Who, for example, like. I'll contend the Sliders episode where they slide to basically that, the entire planet's just a giant mall, and you can take out credit, but it puts you into a lottery for your life, is better than the episode of Doctor Who where they jump into a planet that has a mall. And I think that was like the commentary on the Amazon 2 or something stupid.
That was
better.
The one you're thinking about, that the Amazon one, that was with the girl, the doctor.
Well, yeah, it's still a Doctor Who episode.
I just don't care for those. Those were all bad.
There might have been multiple ones with that, but I know there was one specific one where they kind of jumped to a world with a mall, and
I guess like I said, I watched Tennant Smith and Capaldi. I Echo said I only watched because he was short lived. If he had been on a couple more seasons, I probably would have quit the show. He's just not very charismatic. He's just kind of just weird. It was too weird of a doctor.
But between action shows, fantasy shows, other genre shows, you can't beat the late 80s to the 90s into probably the early 2000s.
You should create a channel. You should call I Heart the 90s.
Well, I would specifically say I heart 90s television. We'll put a capper on it. But yeah, I mean, I miss the days too where the USA Network was bold and created their own dramas. I mean
like Highlander during that time. Yeah,
dude. If you were to style one room, make it this completely 90s, all 90s stuff, but the way it looked like in the 90s, that'd be all you got your tube TV there and all that stuff.
Yeah.
What's that? Is that Sega? Nintendo?
Yeah.
It's for Nintendo?
So, but yeah, no, I mean, good stuff too. I mean, I've got my DVD set of the series, the Nowhere Man, which is another forgotten TV show.
Right.
That was just awesome premise. and honestly probably would work better as a show today, because you would be able to just create, you know, a very tight, compact, you know, season 1 of 8 episodes, a season 2 of 8 episodes, and, you know, have a solid resolution to the story than, you know, being in the network television sphere.
All right. You guys can keep going. I have to go leave and go do something. You guys can stay if you want to. We can end it now. We've been going for almost 2 hours.
Yeah, let's go ahead. I'm cool ending it, because I've got a couple things to do here before day 2 of the NCAA basketball tournament kicks off with the second game of the first 4.
If I had control over the actually a YouTube account, I would put a chapter that says, "This is a part where you can dip out, or if you love 90s, just tune in."
Yeah,
for the past 10-15 minutes.
Yeah, I will just say, Marani is right. I mean, you know, people forget. I mean, Cosby Show was an amazing show, and, you know, again, 90s was probably the best era for family sitcoms as well. When you think of all the sitcoms that came out in the 90s, it really can't be beat. And I was even watching on one of the channels on I think it was on the Roku channel too, was had a marathon of Charles in Charge. So there you go.
Thanks, buddy.
In charge of our lives.
Yeah, I just realized the dad on Charles in Charge is also Frasier's dad. So I want to think that Scott Bale is like
wasn't his dad. So what's funny is, so Charles in Charge season 1 had a family, boy and girl, and then basically the way they explained it, the start of season 2, that family, the father got a job offer in Seattle and left, and this new family that's a mother who's a recent widow with granddad and the 3 kids, and one of them being Amanda, somebody who, you know, everybody knows from Baywatch.
Elle McPherson. Was it Elsley?
No, I'll remember later on.
Nev or something. It's Nellis or something. Neely?
Yeah, maybe.
I can't remember.
Well, oh no. So no, it's not John. No, the grandfather from Charles in Charge is different than the father from Frasier.
Okay,
they look similar, but they're different.
Ah.
Yep.
All right. And Highlander was great. And yeah, that's all I got to say about that.
Yep. And in the end, there must only be one.
Yes.
Nicole Eggert. I think that's who is that who you're thinking of?
Yes,
Nicole Eggert.
Yeah, Nicole Eggert. Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Still looks fine.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Out of all the Baywatch girls, look at all the Baywatch cast in there, and look how they look now. Nicole still looks the nicest.
Yeah.
But we'll find out who's coming back as far as alumni is, because Baywatch is being rebooted or coming back to television. Real quick thing is that Baywatch Hawaii had a spinoff, and Jason Momoa was on there.
Yeah.
So was Kurt. Oh crap!
But nothing tops Baywatch nights where David Hasselhoff trades in his trunks to be a private investigator
and fight monsters, wasn't it?
Yes, there were.
I'm
not sure if it was all supernatural, but yes, there were multiple episodes where they were like going after monsters and vampires and just absolute nonsense.
Well, my favorite part is when the girls would join them on a quest, and then they're like, "We're gonna stop him. Look, they're criminals. They're polluting, or like he's stealing this, or transporting drugs." It's like, no.
Yeah, we're not getting those shows anymore. Darn it.
No. I just hope they never reboot Miami Vice.
Oh man. What about Nightman? Did any of you ever watch Nightman?
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, I've got my favorite episodes of Nightman.
I love it one.
I've seen clips. I never watched it all the way through, but I just remember I was like, wow.
We might have to do a private stream and put you through an episode of Nightman.
Yeah.
I mean, I realize that's something we can do with StreamYard. We can just get on and hop into a studio and watch something.
What is this button do?
Yeah.
I'm losing you.
Oh, come on. You would enjoy the episode where Nightman meets Manimal.
I see him put in the fax phone. I see his cool car, has hot rod he drives.
I mean,
I think it transforms
the
on
Plymouth
it.
Prowler that was prominently displayed in every episode because Plymouth
Instead of-
paid an obscene amount of money for product placement.
Instead of watching that, let's watch Viper.
The other big product placement TV show.
That transform from into other vehicles.
Yes, it transformed from one Chrysler product to another.
Truck, the Dodge Viper. Yeah.
Oh, if we're going to do that, let's just go back to the granddaddy of them all and go to Automan.
I'm good.
Oh,
I'm
good
gonna
God. Please no. Please no.
No. We're
Please
good.
no.
We're done.
Good
night, everybody.
Watched Automan on ABC when it came out.
All right.
Yarnez Jr. was the Porsche.
This has been a 40-minute goodbye.
Yep. As is wanted. So,
I'm gonna.
all right. We'll catch everybody on the flip side.
Yeah,
Hey, guys.
Good to meet you. Everybody have a good one.
Jonah, I expected Ingleton. He was here off and on for the past 2 hours.
Yeah.
All right.
He is missing somewhere in Indiana.
We've seen too much of him.
Too much. He's pulled over somewhere at a 7-Eleven with a big gulp.
He's gonna be rewatching this, and he's gonna be like, "Those sons of a guns talking about my balls."
He's going to be desperately trying to find it.
I'm just so glad that YouTube doesn't automatically break in the chapters like they used to. They did that a couple of years ago. It started breaking the chapters. So if you talked about something, like you said balls, it popped up. They're talking about balls for 15 minutes.
That'd be awesome.
Oh, there he is. Awesome thumbnail. All right. I'm out. We're in here, guys. We'll see you. If you guys want more comic book stuff, I will be live around 9 p.m. Eastern tonight with Brain and Geek Easy and Zach, and we'll just talk about the new books coming out this week.
Yeah. Well, and of course, join us next week when we go to a 3-hour deep dive on the greatest Marvel TV show of the 1990s, Mutant X.
You lost me there.
Can you invite me to that one? I want to join on that because I've got that show, man. A fever dream. I've got to talk to somebody else about it because I need to know if it was real. Was that real?
We'll get together. We'll get together then and schedule something. And it might be another torture Vakeman stream.
No. The Smokies guy right there. That'll be me burning down the stream. If you want to talk about 90s comic book stuff, we'll talk about Dean Cain Superman.
That's a good show too.
Oh,
I love
but
that
that's not as fun as the glory of the syndicated Mutant X.
That's true.
We'll talk about Gifted instead. That's better. But
honestly, Gifted is a 2010 version of Mutant X.
It is, and it's better.
Well,
that's the best. That's probably gonna be the best live action Polaris you're ever gonna get.
Yeah, but did it have a villain that actually had to shed his skin?
Don't really need to see that either. No, that's good. I'm good.
All right. Thanks everybody for joining. We will catch you again. Have fun. Stay safe. Peace.
Later, guys.